Florida Congressman and member of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Brian Mast joins us now. Congressman, your thought about the president cutting off aid?
Look, his tone, his actions, they are bringing Europe to the place that they need to be to make this a real partnership, right? Without the president doing what he's doing, you don't get what was announced last night, which is EU saying they're putting $150 billion into a defense fund before they wouldn't raise their debt. You don't get Germany saying they're putting $400 billion into a defense fund. You don't get UK saying they're going to do another $2 billion every single year. That's wholly a result of the president's tone and his tactics.
So if you've met with Zelensky, right?
I met with Zelensky about a week before he went to the White House.
So would you pick up the phone and say, call up the president and work this out and maybe put that in the speech tonight?
I would tell, speak to the president. Be grateful that he gave you everything that you were asking the American people for a week before you went to the White House. He brought that to you, and you found a way to screw it up. Now go back and fix it.
So I just see Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, is halting cyber operations against Russia. Why would he do that?
Look, this is something that the administration, the president, everybody that's negotiating, they're trying to be the middle-of-the-road, neutral arbiter that can be viewed by both sides as somebody that can actually bring a peace deal. That's why they're stepping away, I think, in that respect, to make sure that they can be the ones that say, I'm going to talk to your side of the table, and I'm going to talk to your side of the table. We're going to get this done.
Are you worried about Kyiv falling because of our aid slowing down?
No, I'm worried about making sure that Europe steps up and realize that the partner that America needs is a Europe that can stand on its own. That's what makes this the best partnership. They haven't been there. We know for a fact that Europe is still putting more into oil and gas in Russia than what they're actually putting into defense of Ukraine. That's not the Europe that we need. That's the biggest worry here. The president is changing that out.
And I'm glad you're calling them out on that. There's something else going on. President Trump said, when I take over, you better let out those hostages. And he said that to Hamas, and they're beginning to come out. Former hostages, I think 7 in all, are traveling to the White House. They're here. I imagine they're going to go to the speech tonight. What's that message? Knowing that job is not yet done in Gaza, and some still sit in tunnels waiting for their freedom.
Look, you and I both know the president. He takes the time to listen to people, to hear their stories. He's touched by people's stories. I guarantee he's listening to them about the torture, the living in tunnels, the being starved, the being raped, and he's making sure that there's a commitment that if there's an American being held, there's an American coming to get them.
He told me on radio that if Bibi has to go in, he has to go in. He trusts his judgment. What does that say to you? Also, Iran's watching.
Well, Bibi has been the tip of the spear in dealing with Iran, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, making sure that those terrorist entities that we don't want, that they're being destroyed in Syria, in Lebanon, and all these other places. That's a partner that we need. The president is looking at the situation guaranteed and saying, that's strength. You have the commitment to destroy the tunnels, make sure that Hamas never returns. Great. We're willing to work with a partner like that.
Brian, what do you think it's going to be like tonight in Congress?
I think it's going to. I heard the Congressional Black Caucus is wearing black. I think it's because it's a mourning for the Democrat Party, because the president's putting nails in the coffin right there. He's delivering on the American dream, making America more secure, which he talked about in the first term, on the southern border in so many places. He's delivering jobs to the American people, a Honda Civic plant into Indiana, Taiwan Semiconductor into Arizona. He's bringing jobs to the United States of America. He's getting government out of the way, and he's making, for the first time in our lifetimes, the American government spend less. That's the American dream.
And I just love that he's taking down the cartels. I didn't think it's going to happen, but evidently 900 arrests in Mexico. So maybe that's the key to stopping.
He promises it happens.
Brian Mast, you promised to show up, and you came.
Yeah.
Great to see you in person. You look fantastic. Thanks for everything.